2013. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, inviting you to give my show a call, get your health back, and get your wealth back. 866-582-9933. That's how we do it. Or if you are the technological type, just point and click your way to health and wealth. Think it's that easy? Well, it's not easy, but it ain't difficult either. For goodness sake, it just takes a little bit of course correction. All you need is a little bit of course correction, a little bit of hand-holding, and life is good. Please visit FireYourMDNow.com. Click on the longevity button and join my team, my merry band of men, women, and children all around the world, spreading our message of health recovery through medical nutrition to whomever is wise enough to listen, just like our old friend Gottfried from Germany did. Hey, Gottfried, welcome back. You are live.
Thank you for taking my call.
Hello, Gottfried. Come on in.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How's it going, man? I'm looking forward to you.
It's going very well, and we miss you a lot. I tried calling last week, but I couldn't get you. The point is the business, we got to a crossroad now, and I'll send you email to send us the 10 needed products so that we can present to the authorities and start with the getting the warehouse in Germany.
Very good.
I don't know whether you got the email from us for the 10 essential products that we needed to start with.
Yeah, no, I did not. I'm looking in my email. Well, how long ago did you send it?
Since the weekend, since Friday, I think.
Oh, no, I don't have it. You're going to have to send it again, okay? Send it again. You know the correct email address, right? I don't want to give the email.
Fire your MD now.
No. Yeah, no. What's your email address, Gottfried? And I'll just send it to you.
Gottfried, G-O-D.
Yep.
F-R-E-D.
Yep.
Lord, L-O-R-D.
Yep.
N at yahoo.com.
All right. I'll send you an email at the end of today's show, and then
That'll
we can
be great. So we need it ASAP.
Okay, very good. I'll take care of it today. How's your blood sugar?
The blood sugar, unfortunately, I'm done with the series. I couldn't get series at the moment. What happened was that I got a product done here, and the customs and the carriers are just dilly-dallying with me. We went to Frankfurt today to get it sorted out. So the blood sugar is not doing very good at the moment because I don't have series, nothing at the moment. So instead...
all right, but have you noticed a difference? Because you were struggling with the blood sugar, right? You were having a hard time getting it into normal levels. Have you noticed a difference since stopping the sweeties? Has the blood sugar gotten worse?
Since stopping the sweeties, I've been getting 200 levels now.
And before, while you were taking the sweeties, what were your levels?
It was getting under 200, around 140. And then I tried to take injections, but when I take the injection, then my blood sugar spill out of control. It comes so low.
Yeah. See that, and you've had this for a long time. Plus, you also have Guillain-Barré syndrome. So I am of the opinion, Gottfried, that for you, the secret sauce is going to be time, and that if you just stay on board with the protocol, one of these months, one of these weeks, one of these days, everything is going to turn around for you, and it's going to seem like it happened overnight, but, you know, it didn't really. It built up slowly over time because that's how the body heals itself in the face of a complicated situation like this. What about the constipation? What happened there?
The constipation, actually, I did the Cascara Sagrada and the Psyllium Herbs powder, but I couldn't do the enema stuff yet. So, but I seems to be having a very good stool at the moment.
Okay, very good. I would not do the Cascara Sagrada for more than 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row. That's a good, and then you can kind of wean yourself off of that after you've done it for 3 weeks in a row. Then you can start taking it every other day, and then you can start taking it every third day. That's not the type of a thing that you want to be taking all of the time, but it can really help to get things moving, pun intended. But after 3 weeks of the Cascara Sagrada, I would start backing off to taking it every other day, and then every 2 days, and then every 3 days, and then stop it. But the psyllium husk powder, you can do that for the rest of your life every night before bed, no problem.
Okay. A downline of me in London is also having this problem. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. He's having a problem. He's also a diabetic, and he's having hay fever and constipation as well. Yeah. And his blood sugar is, at the moment is 5.1 this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's deciding to stop the tablets from tomorrow going. So because he's seeing a lot of progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the only thing that we need to do here with anybody is we need to do two things. Number one, everybody has to clean their diet up. I don't care what their nationality is. I don't care what their age. I don't care what their race. I don't care what their pre-existing medical conditions are. Everybody has to stop the 10 bad foods. And if we're also diabetic, dealing with a blood sugar issue, in addition to the 10 bad foods, everybody needs to cut back for about 90 days on fruit juice, dried fruit, honey, maple syrup, molasses, agave nectar, anything that has a high glycemic index. We just need to give the body a break from concentrated sugars for about 90 days. So everybody has to do that. Make sure your friend in the UK is on board with eliminating the 10 bad foods and the extracurricular sugars. And then we just need to dial in the appropriate healthy start pack. And selenium. Everybody gets selenium in my world. And actually, selenium, I don't talk about this much, but there's chromium and vanadium in the selenium, so it's like an extra little bang for people with a blood sugar issue, the selenium. So all that your friend needs to do, which apparently he's already doing, is the healthy blood sugar pack and selenium appropriate for body weight plus the diet. And then, you know, once that starts to work, right, it's just a matter of time until it works 100% or 95% or 90%, whatever is his body's threshold for improvement, he's going to meet that as long as his diet is good and he's taking the stuff appropriate for his body weight. And, you know, it's a big problem, right, because of Codex in the European Union. But I've got people in Austria that are trying to work this out. I've got you that's trying to work this out in Germany. And I am of the opinion that if we move forward diligently and aggressively and appropriately, that we should be able to get this stuff imported into the UK, into the European Union, into Germany. And that's going to be a big deal, Gottfried. That's going to be a really big deal because people are suffering just as much in Europe as they are here in the United States. I could even venture a guess to say that it's worse there because the Codex Commission, Alimentarius in the European Union has, they only allow pathetic amounts of vitamins to be sold through pharmacies. I mean, you can't get appropriate physiological doses of vitamin there. You just can't do it. So because of that, everybody over there, I mean, I think you folks are worse off even than we are here in the U.S. So I'm really excited to take this to the next step. I'll punch you out that email as soon as we're done. Is there anything else I can help you with?
That is all. I'm very grateful.
Okay, well, look, man, you know, we're all in this together, right? You know, and what goes around comes around. We are one worldwide united team. It's people like you and our friend in the UK who are making a difference across the pond here. Let's take this to the next level, Gottfried. I appreciate everything that you do. Always remember, you are the last best hope your friends and family and community members have to live healthy and wealthy lives. I appreciate everything that you do, Gottfried. Thanks again for the call. Call me whenever you'd like. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going from Germany to California. Don't you just love how we do that? Right from Germany, right to California to talk to Shirley. Hey, Shirley, thanks for the phone call. Thanks for waiting. You are live.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. And I talked to you, it's been a month or so ago. I was working on besides the bone-to-bone hip joints.
Oh, I remember you. Yeah, what
but
happened?
also the how do you call it, depression. And Dr. Wallach was going to have me take the Smarties, but you said wait, a month and a half or so and try the no sugar with, no fruits, no fruit juice, and I've got a bunch of questions here. So anyway, I've been following that pretty religiously, and you said July 4th I could start the fruits again, so I've started that up, but I still don't seem to be out of the darkness as much, and the poor bones are starting to creak or really rub when I'm bending. It's just started this last week.
All right, so give me some good news, Shirley.
Okay, some good news.
Yeah. So tell me what you have experienced that's been positive since you've been following this advice.
I can't really. I'm just, I'm still staying in bed till 8 or 9, which is ridiculous. I wake up at 6. I just don't want to get going for the day. The diarrhea cleared up with the psyllium, and now it's coming back. So I guess I should take the psyllium powder every night, like a teaspoon or something.
Well, diarrhea. Did you have that before you started the program, or is that?
I had it for several months before, which I'd never had for so long before, and I'm wondering. I'm worried that the nutrients aren't getting taken in.
Yeah, that could be a problem. Have you ever done an enema or a colon hydrotherapy treatment?
No, and I've never had trouble with this was just ongoing diarrhea that went on for months. I don't go to the doctor, so I don't know what they would have said. But your thing with the psyllium powder worked great. I took that with apple juice for 3 days, and it was wonderful.
All right. So listen, stick with me, Shirley. We're up against the hard break. We're going to come back and figure this one out. Thanks so much for the call. Thanks for waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is Fire Your MD Now. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with you on the 8th day of July, 2013. We are international today. Holy smokes. We've been to the United Kingdom. We've been to Germany. We've been all over the U.S. And right now we are speaking with Shirley in California about a number of health conditions. So, Shirley, I'm assuming that you've eliminated the 10 bad foods and you also did the no sugar thing. And the 4th of July, which was just a couple days ago, you started sugar again. Did you notice any negative difference when you started, fruit and fruit juice again or not?
No, unless that's what's brought the diarrhea back. That could be, that's a possibility. But anything else, I'm sorry I don't have better news to report because I really believe in this, but I'm spending so much money on all the, 2 bottles of Osteo FX, 2 of the Tanga Tangerine, 3 of the Sweeties. I'm doing that, 4, and the selenium twice a day, 3 and 3, and the EFAs, just doing them.
Well, the diarrhea is an interesting issue, right? And there's only 2 circumstances under which a program like this doesn't work. It's either you're not taking enough or you're not absorbing what you're taking. Now, it sounds to me like you're taking enough, so the next possible thing is you're just not absorbing, all of it, and that would be consistent with a finding of chronic diarrhea. So here's what I would like you to do for 7 days in a row, okay? For 7 days in a row, I would like you to take 1 ounce of the white liquid calcium 4 times a day. 1 ounce of the white liquid calcium 4 times a day. You're taking it 2 times a day now, right?
Yes,
All right, I want you to take it 4 times a day, just for 7 days in a row. And how many glucogel are you currently taking right now?
I'm taking 5 and 5, so 3 times a day.
Okay, so for 7 days, take 8, 8, and 8. Take 8 with breakfast, 8 with lunch, and 8 with dinner. Take 24 glucogels a day, just for 7 days, as an experiment. Take 12 selenium a day, 4, 4, and 4. You're probably already doing that, correct?
I'm I'm just doing 3 and 3, I think.
Okay, so for 7 days, do 12 selenium, 4, 4, and 4. And the same thing with the sweeties. Do 4, 4, and 4 of the sweeties.
I'll keep doing that.
All right.
I have had a cortisone shot, and I'm getting another one in the hip this week, for my daughter's wedding, and then I hope not to get any more of those. But,
well, cortisone shots, every once in a while we're waiting for the healing to kick in, that's not a problem. The problem is cortisone shots every week or, on a regular basis while we're waiting for the worst to happen in the hip replacement, right? That's never a good idea. But, there's nothing wrong with a little pain relief, which is done prudently on the back of a medical nutrition program, so I don't have any problems with that whatsoever. So I'm postulating here, Shirley, that the problem with you is a problem of absorption. And so for 7 days, by overdoing it into a remarkable degree with the supplements, you're going to know in 7 days whether or not this was an absorption issue, because if it is an absorption issue, by increasing the dosage like this, you should experience a positive change somewhere. So that's what I'd like you to do for the next 7 days, and then give me a shout back a week from now and tell me what's up. Now, in the meantime, do a little Yellow Pages search for colon hydrotherapy. Colon, C-O-L-O-N, hydrotherapy. Because it's entirely possible that you've got a blockage of old stuff in the colon that's causing the chronic diarrhea. I can't diagnose stuff over the phone, of course, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I would visit a certified, registered by the state of California colon hydrotherapist for a couple of visits. I've had some remarkable healings in my life, too. Have been with digestive cleanses with colon hydrotherapy. Good colon hydrotherapist is worth their weight in gold. Do a little Google search if you're not sure even what that is. You've got to be able to find a colon hydrotherapist somewhere in your community. They're all over California. And I would go for at least one visit. But in any event, double down on the supplements like I recommended. Hang in there, baby. Give me a call back in 7 days, and in the meantime, do a little research for a colon hydrotherapist, and we can continue this conversation in the future. Thanks so much for calling, Shirley. We're out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Give me a call, why don't you? 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. Lines open. Hey, 855-347-3696. That's the number you want to call if you're listening to the podcast, and I know you are listening to the podcast because we are workaday Joes and Janes in this world. 9 to 5 in it, lifelong. 9 to 5, lifelong. They're waiting for that golden parachute. I don't think you're going to get it. You think your boss is going to give you a golden parachute? You think so? Think you're going to get the $2 million retirement ring? I don't think so. Maybe if you're a CFO of Nike and you can sleep at night outsourcing jobs all around the world while American families starve to death, well, maybe you can do that. Or you can just join Longevity and align yourself with a 100% true blue American company that loves to sell its stuff to whomever wants to buy it, regardless of what country they're in. This is a great opportunity to really dial it in for your financial freedom, really dial it in for your financial freedom, really grow your budget to fit your dreams instead of shrinking your dreams to fit your budget. Wouldn't that be good? I mean, wouldn't you just love to have no credit card debt? Wouldn't you love to own the house outright? Wouldn't you love to have a couple of nice cars in the garage? Wouldn't you love to have a dishwasher that was up to date? Wouldn't you like to have the giant, biggest screen TV in your freaking neighborhood? I know that you would. I know that you would. You've talked yourself out of it, right? You've talked yourself out of it because we're so paranoid about being wealthy here in this country because we've been socialized to believe that less is more. Well, guess what? More is more. You don't have to be a knucklehead about it, but you can be someone who is thriving rather than someone who is just bumping along, and it stinks just bumping along. Let me tell you something. I've been there, and it ain't no fun. Let's go to Idaho right now and talk to Dee. She's been hanging on for a long time. Hey, Dee, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hello. I was wondering, I heard a little bit about the other guy, but I was wondering what you have to really reverse diabetes, type 2.
Well, all right. Well, we have to be careful about our language. We could, in fact, have thousands of patients who effectively have reversed their type 2 diabetes, but we can't say we reverse type 2 diabetes. We can't say we cure type 2 diabetes. We can't even say we treat type 2 diabetes, because the Food and Drug Administration has wrapped up these laws so tightly that according to the United States, legal system, the only people that can treat disease are MDs with pharmaceutical drugs. And if that doesn't make you really, really angry, again, you're not paying attention. The pharmaceutical companies have us over a big barrel here in the United States. Quite frankly, in Europe too. It's worse in Europe. So we have to be careful about our language. What I can say is that we have science-based, clinically verified therapeutics developed and delivered by licensed physicians. The intention of the therapeutics is to support and promote your body's ability to optimize its blood sugar metabolism, which is, a lot of mumbly-jumbly, that we have science-based, clinically verified therapeutics that help your body to approach having and realize, if possible, healthy blood sugar levels. I mean, it's a really good thing to do. Now, from our point of view, the vast majority of the time, if not 100% of the time, an inability to metabolize blood sugar is caused by chronic mineral deficiencies. Chronic mineral deficiencies. If you have type 2 diabetes, most presumptively, the reason that you have type 2 diabetes is not because you have a bad gene, not because you have a voodoo curse, not because you are getting older, not because of solar radiation, not because of environmental pollution, not because your neighbor is sticking pins into a Cupid doll because he doesn't like you. It's because your body has run out of the stuff it needs to metabolize sugar appropriately. It's that simple. Kind of like back in the day when people used to get scurvy, right? The pirate's disease, scurvy, pirate's disease. It's a simple vitamin C deficiency. You take vitamin C, guess what? Scurvy goes away. Rickets is a vitamin D like David deficiency. You have rickets, you take vitamin D, it goes away. Iron deficient anemia, it's an iron deficiency. You take iron in the appropriate amounts with some cofactors, guess what? It goes away. Well, from our point of view, it's no different with type 2 diabetes. So what we do for people who have a definitive diagnosis of type 2 diabetes is we provide them with therapies that give the body the raw materials it needs to optimize its blood sugar metabolism. Now, we suffer from two myths here in the United States. Myth number one, the MD is the undisputed king and emperor and owner of the medical theater, and everybody else is a back-of-the-bus quack. The only people whose opinions about medicine we should listen to have MD after their name, and everybody else delivers substandard, dangerous treatments. It's nonsense. Quite frankly, the only people who deliver substandard, dangerous treatments have MD after their name. The only people selling snake oil have MD after their name. It's not the holistic doctors. It's the MDs. Facts are a stubborn thing. Myth number two, healing is a complicated, sophisticated process that should only happen in multi-million-dollar high-tech facilities. Nonsense. Healing is easy. Surgery is complicated. Healing is easy. Surgery should be attempted in multi-million-dollar high-tech sterile facilities, you bet, with the most up-to-date equipment and drugs necessary, you bet. Thank God for Novocaine. Thank God for morphine. Thank God for anesthesia. But to help your body have healthy blood sugar levels, that's not a complicated thing to do. What do? You just give your body the raw materials it needs, get the heck out of the way, keep your fingers crossed, and see what happens. So all of this begs the question, Dee, what's your current body weight? How much do you currently weigh?
I'd rather not say.
Well, you haven't given your last name, so nobody really knows who you are. So are you over 200?
Yes.
Are you over 300?
No, I'm about 240.
All right, so the recommendation then for you for 90 days would be 2 healthy blood sugar packs a month, 2 healthy blood sugar packs, and 1 bottle of 2 healthy blood sugar packs and 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium a month. 2 healthy blood sugar packs and 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium a month. Plus, you have to eliminate the 10 bad foods. And I would also eliminate fruit and fruit juice and dried fruit and anything that has extra sugar in it for 90 days, you know, like honey and maple syrup and agave. Are you on any kind of diets right now? Are you on any glycemic restricted diets right now?
I had lost about 40 pounds, and I was on a diet. I went to one of the chiropractors in the area, advertised in the newspaper. You know, they promised to control the diabetes, you know, and get it under control. I did the full gamut, and he still could not get my diabetes where we really wanted it. And I mean, I went off of almost everything that was had much carbs to it. You know, you basically starve.
Yeah, right. Well, look, so,
blood
you know,
sugar would rise by morning, so it came from my liver.
Well, you know, I don't know about that, but here's the deal. You know, if you had a fire in your backyard and you went out there and you tried to put it out with gasoline, it wouldn't work, right? I mean, the gasoline would make it worse. If you tried to put the fire out with oil, it would make it worse. It wouldn't make it any better. If you tried to put the fire out with a squirt gun that had water in it, well, now you're using the right stuff, but you're not using enough of it. That wouldn't work either. What you need to do is get a hose, you know, with high-pressure water in it, and open that sucker up, and then you're going to be able to put the fire out. You need the right stuff in the right amounts. So the chiropractor or any other health professional that gave you a treatment for type 2 diabetes, if it didn't work, it simply wasn't the right stuff, or it wasn't enough of it. It's no different really than antibiotics, right? You know, if your doctor, your knucklehead MD, told you that you needed 30 milligrams of an antibiotic for a sinus infection, but you took 10 milligrams instead of 30 milligrams, it wouldn't work. Well, does that mean antibiotics don't work? No. It just means you didn't take enough. Well, it's no different with nutritional supplements. You have to take the right stuff, and you have to take enough of it. And when you do those 2 things, then life is good. And, you know, the secret to your success here, Dee, is not with eliminating food from your diet. It's with giving your body the raw materials it needs to fix itself. That's the main leveraging point here, is the nutritional supplementation. You have to take the right stuff in the right amounts. Now, when you take the right stuff in the right amounts and you clean your diet up, well, you're going to get better 10 times faster. And so what we recommend people do, what we recommend everybody do, whether they have diabetes or not, everybody needs to eliminate wheat, barley, rye, and oats, oil in a bottle, fried food, well-done red meat, meat that has nitrates added as preservatives to it, carbonated beverages with a meal, and the skins of baked potatoes, yams, and sweet potatoes. Now, you can download that list for free at my website, fireyourmdnow.com. Sign up for my free monthly newsletter, and you'll be directed to a hidden page on the website that has that list, and you can just download it for free, and life is good. So really, you just need to eliminate those 10 bad foods and lay low on fruit and fruit juice for a couple of months while you're taking these nutritional supplements. And I'm assuming you're on some type of med right now. Are you taking insulin or metformin? What are you doing?
I used to be on insulin for a year, and then I kind of jumped off of the wagon and, you know, did this really severe diet. And now I'm doing that, it's like glucose 6-time carb thing.
Yeah. Well, you're missing the boat. I'm so glad that you called. Do you still have a blood sugar monitor?
I do.
All right.
It jumps too high.
Yeah. All right. Well, so, you know, this is good because that's going to help you dial in and know whether or not the stuff that you're doing is effective and useful. So I love working with patients or people or clients with blood sugar monitors because, you can't argue with numbers, man. So what I would do is for 2 or 3 days before you get these supplements, because it's going to take a couple days for the company to ship you this stuff, I would start tomorrow measuring your blood sugars so you can get a baseline so that you know where your blood sugars are now, and then start the program and measure your blood sugars every day. And, look to see what happens to the blood sugar numbers. And as they come down, well, then we're going to have a little party, right? And we just maintain the discipline with the program until your blood sugars are normal. And once the blood sugars are normal, we maintain the program for 4 more weeks. And then we start to back off of the program, because there's 2 phases to this program. There's a treatment phase, and then there's a maintenance phase, and the treatment phase is more intense than the maintenance phase, right? So the treatment phase for you, in order to support and promote the structure and function of your blood sugar, would be per month 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium and 2 healthy blood sugar packs per month. 2 healthy blood sugar packs, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium a month for 90 days. And take your blood sugars before and after. Start the blood sugars tomorrow. And whomever it was that told you about this radio show, call them up, because they're probably a longevity person. Order the stuff through them. And if they're not a longevity person, then join my longevity team. And we'll get you the supplements at the wholesale price. That number, 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696. D, listen, the proof of the pudding's in the eating, right? We need to see results. So don't be afraid. Do this program. Measure your blood sugars. Call me back in 3 weeks. Got to tell you something, D. No kidding, are going to love how you feel. Thanks for holding on for so long. I appreciate your trust. 855-347-3696. That's the number to call to get your hands on these supplements at the wholesale price, folks. Stick around. I'm back with the last 5 minutes after these messages. So, what have we learned today? Well, we've learned that blood sugar is not genetic. Blood sugar problems are not genetic. We have learned that genetic things are not genetic. We have learned that MDs practice old-fashioned, outdated medical therapeutics, which are the leading cause of bankruptcy and the leading cause of death in the United States. We have learned that the pharmaceutical industry has monopolized the medical theater all around the world, making it so that you can't even publicly say that you treat disease unless you have an MD after your name. You certainly can't offer testimonials. If you have a vitamin company, you may have noticed that vitamin companies don't have people with testimonials on TV commercials. You know why that is? Because it's illegal. It's illegal to do that. Why is it illegal to do that? Because Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that vitamins actually work. So they throw people in jail who get on TV and tell you that their vitamins actually work. And they do this all through the agency of protecting the public good by keeping you safe from people hawking snake oil, when in point of fact, there are over 30 drugs and medical devices right now which were approved for your use by the Food and Drug Administration. And there are class action lawsuits against them because they hurt or killed people, and that's the very definition of snake oil. It is. The only people selling snake oil in this country or anywhere in the world have MD after their name, and yet they have convinced you the contrary. I mean, welcome to George Orwell's 1984. Constant surveillance by the state, that's, liberty. Constant war, that's peace. It's nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. The pharmaceutical industry has sold you a false bill of goods for 100 years. And every once in a while they get it right. They get it right with trauma care. They get it right with emergency medicine. They get it right with a handful of infectious diseases. And, because every once in a while they get it right, we think that they're eventually going to get it right with cancer too. By the way, if you're trying to get a laboratory rat to run a maze efficiently, you have to reward the rat randomly. If you reward the rat regularly, the rat gets lazy and starts being lazy and doesn't run the maze efficiently. Well, it's, intermittent gratification sells. And so that's what the pharmaceutical industry delivers you. Every once in a while they get it right. And, they'll give you a medicine that actually works and produces a nice bounce. And so then that kind of solidifies the notion in your head that, oh, you know, it's just a matter of time before they can cure my blood sugar, before they develop the genetic encoding to figure all this out. It's nonsense. Their therapeutics are the leading cause of death and the leading cause of bankruptcy, and the system doesn't need to be tweaked. The system doesn't need to be modified or massaged. The system needs to be abandoned. We encourage you to fire your MD. Fire your MD now. Change your diet up. Educate yourself about simple day-to-day things you can do. For goodness sake, you stop eating hot dogs that have nitrates in them and switch to hot dogs that don't have nitrates in them. You boil the hot dog instead of cooking it on the grill. If you're going to cook a steak on the grill, you wrap it in aluminum foil first so you don't get the grill marks in it, and you soak it in a marinade for 30 minutes, which eliminates the majority of the cancer-causing heterocyclic amines. You cook it rare or medium rare, you're good to go. Stop eating oil in a bottle. Stop having fried food. Give your body the raw materials that it needs to have a fighting chance to survive the stress of life. You wouldn't go out into a snowstorm in your bathing suit, and you wouldn't go out into a driving rain in T-shirt and a pair of shorts. You'd get bundled up. You'd have an umbrella. You'd have a raincoat. You'd have big rain boots on. You'd have a rain suit. For goodness sake, you must guard yourself against the stress of life. Clean your diet up. Give your body one Healthy Start Pack 2.0. By the way, Healthy Start Pack 2.0. You know what that is, baby? That's nothing but delicious. Nothing but delicious. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 Peach Infusion. My God. Arguably the tastiest, most effective nutritional supplement I've ever, and I mean ever, ingested in my life. If you're a longevity person, for your next order, switch it up to 2.0 Peach Infusion, man. You're going to love how that tastes, baby. And, you know, for the first time in your longevity career, you're going to look forward to taking your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is power. And it is my intention to make you as strong as Superman and Superwoman. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Check the website out, fireyourmdnow.com. Tonight, we're having a live chat for subscription holders. I'll see you there, 8 o'clock Central, and see you right here again tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central on the Genesis Communication Network. Dr. Glidden, over and out.